hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
What is going on, Entertainment? So Tim comes out with another video. Before I get started, make sure I hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let me know what y'all think about this video. Okay, so Phaedra, you guys, announced her return to Housewives of Atlanta. Now she made this announcement with a post of her basically getting off for what it looks like a PJ. It might be the baddies PJ for all we know. And her having a peach in her hand. Let me tell y'all something about reality TV. Reality TV, I'm telling y'all, is slowly and surely becoming very corny. When have we ever gotten an announcement of somebody returning to a series in the form of an Instagram post that's a photo shoot? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's so inauthentic at this point. Like, and I want to talk because half of the shows I cover them bitches in Airbnb. Stop it. But it's just like, can we just put her on the show without making it a big spectacle so it could seem a little bit more authentic and natural? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? She has the peach in hand. Now she looks good, by the way. Now I know how you guys yeah, I know how I told you guys how I felt about her coming back, because I told you guys Married to Medicine I don't think was her shtick. But when it comes to Atlanta Housewives, I just feel like the girls are going to be scared to try her because it's a lot of new girls on this season. So it's like, who's really going to be the one to really get Phaedra activated? Because Phaedra's the type of cast member, they need somebody there to get her sort of activated and get her a little bit riled up. That's why Heavenly works so good on Married to Medicine, because she's the one that activates a lot of people. She's an irritant. Okay. And these new girls, I don't see them irritating Phaedra because they know better. And I feel like Atlanta Housewives has been filming for like 9 months. Like, damn. But let me stop because they film a lot longer than other reality shows. I'm so used to these reality shows starting to film 2-3 days now that when I see them filming for months, I'm like, oh my God. Now, they're almost done, it looks like, with the season. So it looks like she's going to be coming halfway. Now, I know Kenya's somewhere sitting, feeling away because, of course, it looks like they had to bring Phaedra in order to have some sort of interesting content, because now that Kenya's gone, some things are missing. Okay. I really think that her and Portia, this whole freaking frack thing, we need to talk about you throwing her under the bus and letting her get thrown under the bus and not saying anything. I hate how Portia and her just have this friendship without ever addressing this whole situation with the Candy situation, because that to me is weird. Like, you were literally going to have your friend get her career ruined after you know what you did. Candy somewhere clenching her teeth mad. Just in a corner, just like, oh, you mean to tell me y'all let her go and then y'all bring her back? Like, that's crazy. Like, Candy's a little pissed, okay? So let's not expect Candy to come back, because she's not going to be on that cast with Phaedra unless they give her like a fat coin. Now, what is the status of Married to Medicine? So apparently the rumor mill is basically that Phaedra was confronted on Married to Medicine with Apollo and the new girl that Apollo has. They say neighbors earlier today, news broke that Phaedra would finally be returning to Housewives of Atlanta after being booted from the show after season 9. Many fans couldn't help but wonder what that meant for Phaedra's role on the other Bravo show she's currently on, Married to Medicine. Well, let's just say this past season just finished filming, will be her last. According to my source, someone brought Phaedra's ex-husband Apollo and his new wife Sharon often on the show, and things quickly went left. Sharon apparently went off on Phaedra, read her down to the point Faye went off on production and threw up the deuces, quit. I was told she finished out all her obligations with the network, Married to Medicine producers, as far as green screen interviews, to successfully make the transition back to Housewives of Atlanta. This is so like ghetto. Like, what the we show hopping now. It's like, y'all remember with Love and Hip Hop when New York got canceled, everybody moved to Atlanta. Yandy took her whole family. She took me in DC and all of her family, and they all moved to Atlanta so they could stay on the show. Like, we're show hopping at this point. Phaedra never belonged on Married to Medicine to even begin with. So they made a big mistake, I feel like, putting her on there, and they wasted a lot of time having her on there instead of trying to work her way in to Atlanta. I know that Candy didn't want Phaedra on there, but I feel like if they gave Candy an ultimatum, she either would have left or she would have let Phaedra come on the show. Period, point blank. So they should, I feel like, went that round a couple years ago, and maybe Atlanta Housewives wouldn't have had all these delays and issues that they've had in these past couple of years. Now, this sounds a little bit like Heavenly. Heavenly, I feel like, is the one that invited probably Apollo to that trip. Okay, she make her like, I mean, you know, she was the one who called Apollo and told him and his wife to come up on there. And my whole thing is, what would they have to confront Phaedra about? We never really see Phaedra talking publicly about Apollo. She really avoids that topic like the plague. So I'm just interested to see what the confrontation is going to be about. Maybe it has to do with the children. That's the only thing I can see actually being about. Anything else wouldn't really make any sense because Phaedra does not talk about this man at all. And to be honest, now that Phaedra's gone from Married to Medicine, what are they going to do? In the words of Juicy, what the hell we going to do now? Like, Phaedra didn't bring a lot to Married to Medicine, but she did make it a little bit more interesting. So, yikes. Yikes is all I'm going to say. Apparently, Contessa is back over there. So, Contessa and her crying ass does bring a lot of dramatic. So, they're probably going to work her way in back to a full-time position. This season, she's back at a part-time position. So, they're probably going to work her back full-time position to make it a little bit more interesting next season. Okay? Now, Phaedra going off on production during this like trip, they're probably gonna edit this out, and Phaedra probably went to Andy and probably is gonna tell Andy to have that edited out because y'all know Andy loves some Phaedra. Andy has his favorites. He loves him some Phaedra, Teresa, Portia, Candy, Kyle, Tamra, Vicky. Well, no, not Vicky. Tamra. There's just some housewives that like could get away with murder, and like he doesn't blink an eye. Okay, so I don't think this is gonna ever see like the light of day of her going off on production. We're probably going to see her versus the Apollo's wife, but the Reed session isn't gonna be caught. They said allegedly Phaedra quit Married to Medicine because Dr. Heavenly, like I said, invited Apollo, his wife, to a cash trip. Phaedra had a huge argument with a lot of people, left the trip. The rest of the show's filming. That is what the rumor is. Now, her intro to Atlanta Housewives, who is going to bring her on is probably going to be Portia. But let's not forget somebody else who's on there that's going to be interesting. Now, this is what makes it exciting. Shamia. Y'all remember on that reunion, Shamia, I'm going to give me African girl. Y'all remember Shamia versus Phaedra? That's going to be interesting because I don't know the status of Shamia and Phaedra's relationship. Did they make up since that reunion? I don't think that they did. So that's going to put Portia in an awkward spot because are you going to go with your real childhood friends since y'all been born, you know, and, been growing up together, had African husbands together, or your TV friend Phaedra? You're going to have to pick a side. Pick a side, pick a side. And will Portia pick the right side? I'm not so sure about that. We've seen it before. Portia's judgment isn't the best. I really do feel like Shamia is one of her truest friends. I don't feel like Shamia has really switched up on Portia, like some of the other people that have been in Portia's life. So if she were to kind of side with Phaedra in this and, leave Shamia hanging, it'll be kind of very disappointing to see, but I wouldn't be surprised. I really feel like also Married to Medicine needs to branch out in other cities. I know that they tried it before and it didn't work, but I do feel like it's time to maybe go into a Miami area, to go into a New York area. I just think that it's time. I feel like Married to Medicine is very underrated, to be honest, and they feel like, bringing Phaedra was gonna like save it, which it didn't need Phaedra. It just needed more casting, to be honest. Okay, let me know what y'all think about Phaedra's return to Atlanta Housewives, and what do you guys think will happen once she gets on there? Will Portia pick a side? Okay, now the way I told y'all gun violence has been so desensitized. This video of seeing Foolio and how he literally was ambushed and unalive in 4K was like crazy. It was literally like watching GTA live and with real people. The way that they planned and sort of maneuvered around this man, it was so scary to watch. I was like, damn. Now, they arrested the 3 people that ended up unaliving him. All 3 were young, and one of them was a woman. Now, a lot of you guys were like, I see a lot of people in the comments were really, really shocked because they're like, oh my God, a girl was in it. Y'all have never heard of a getaway driver, and 2, somebody who dropped the location. I'm not saying that's what she did because who knows what she did, but why are you guys in shock? Okay. I feel like he put himself in a very compromising position with dropping the location and everything. So this happening to him wasn't shocking like at all. It was just shocking that it was caught on camera in such high definition footage. And not even that it was done so sloppy. Now, they say that they caught them with, due to the footage that was found around the area, and also tags from the vehicles and everything, which I'm like, y'all just did a sloppy ass job. Y'all just didn't give a did y'all. Like, damn. They said neighbors authorities have finally cracked the case on who unalived rapper Foolio just a week ago. 3 out of 5 suspects have been arrested, and video footage of the murder has been released to the public. In a surveillance video, 5 people can be seen getting out their car, firing shots at Foolio at a Holiday Inn in Tampa. Police claim the unaliving was a result of a war that started in Jacksonville. Police believe the people followed Foolio from the Airbnb that had gotten kicked out of for his birthday to a Holiday Inn, where he was attempting to get a room to continue his birthday celebrations. Foolio posted his location multiple times, gave exactly his location. Sean Garthar, 18, Alicia Andrews, 21, and Isaiah Chance Jr., 21, were arrested in Jacksonville, charged with premeditated first-degree unaliving and conspiracy to commit unaliving. 2 others have warrants out for their arrest. The footage from the shooting looks like something straight out of a movie. Okay? I also see some people saying that the hotel should have had security. He is not no big, well-known international rapper, 1. And 2, he should have been smart enough to not drop his location. So how is it the hotel's fault? I just don't get how the hotel could be blamed for something like this. Okay. And it's not like this was pre planned. The hotel situation was like a last minute thing. He planned on going there last minute. I don't think he was planning on going there from the jump. So that's something that people need to like keep in their brain. Okay. But it was kind of crazy to see that. That was some good ass footage. Anyways, JT, you guys, speaking of more violence, JT sent some warm words to Stunna Girl and said, even though I sent my love in real life, I want to publicly say I'm praying for you. You're such a raw and talented girl to me. God gave you a second chance. Do right with it. Love you, Stunna Girl. Okay. Now, JT, you guys, has been a huge supporter of Stunna Girl since, she started to pursue, of course, her solo career, and even before then. So shout out to JT for like really being like a girl's girl, because a lot of the female rappers wouldn't do something like this. When the situation happened with Megan, a lot of people were silent and they did not speak, whether they feel as if the wrong person was blamed or not. There was a lot of people silent. So shout out to her for speaking up. Now, there's been a whole lot of speculation in regards to the story. I'm not going to speak about it because a lot of them, who knows if they're factual or not, about what actually happened to Stunna Girl. But now I can see, after seeing like a whole lot of the rumor mills kind of dropping, I can see why she made that story basically saying, oh guys, stop spreading rumors, because I did see a lot of rumors as to what actually did happen to her. It's going to be interesting to see if she actually speaks out about this or keeps quiet, and I feel like that will give us the answer as to what actually happened, if you guys have seen the stuff online that I've seen. I'm just glad Stunna is okay. I say what you want about her, and I don't like her personality in certain ways. The girl makes good bops, okay? One thing about that bitch, she gonna make a catchy tune that you'll be able to use caption wise. She gonna make a catchy rap that you'll be able to bop to. Yeah, so it's like I'm glad she is okay. All right. Now, speaking of more drama, you guys, it looks like Tia Kemp got into it with another influencer, Shamar. Okay. Now, are you like going on a tangent at this point, Tia Kemp, where you just beefing with all the ugly hawks on the internet? Because this isn't making any sense.
So let me tell to your ugly ass son, you little ugly ass mother, wrinkle creaky head ass mother. Bitch, let me go ahead and clock your mother TV. Before you even get on here fucking speaking on my name and saying my motherfucking name, the only thing I heard was somebody said something about you. And once somebody said something about you, that's when Nana said what she said. And I said, put a name on it. She said your name, which is your name is Tia. So all that you were talking all that shit on Instagram, popping it like you just popping it and saying how you got, girl, you ain't on it. Okay? Sit your old ass down. Okay? And I said what I said, I mean what I said. And I'm talking direct to Tia. So until if you see this, I'm talking direct to you. With C. Clock you. So let me tell to your ugly ass son you
Somebody sent me this video with this Shamar little motherfucker talk about me. That twisted one. Listen here, I'm not holding back on nobody, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Where's Shamar at? Where he at? They say he in this. Where you at, Shamar? Get your ass in here and do that fucking dance. I twist your ass back to normal. I heard you was talking about motherfucking auntie. Where is he? What's his motherfucking page? Because I fold your ass, I untwist your pretzel back ass. It scares me. Shit, you say it.
Here's the thing with Shamar. I feel like a lot of y'all pick on him unnecessarily. Okay. Now, apparently, somebody was basically being messy in the comments and trying to make them beef so that way they could have some something to basically laugh at on some evil ish. Okay. But I low key be feeling like the ways that people do Shamar, it's a little bit of abusive. But he allows it though. He becomes like, the key of situations. They put him on these YouTube dating shows, those pop the balloons, and it's like he's just like the laughing stock. And it's like you should want better than that. Shamar's team needs to really do better when it comes to that. And I don't think he has the team, and that's the issue. Like he should be on the level of a Rolling Ray, but not to the point where he's the joke, but he could make jokes. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's what I think. Like it bothers me sometimes when I be seeing the way that people do Shamar. Like, damn, he's just a laughing stock. Congratulations goes out to JT. A lot of you guys feel like I guess rap you should be, hitting number one numbers your first project, which to me boggles my mind. JT's City Cinderella has sold over 100,000 units in the US. Now, there was a lot of criticism in regards to her numbers, Ice Spice's numbers, etc. The difference between her and Ice Spice, her glow up and her rise as a solo artist was organic. We seen her literally get it out the mud. So for people to expect her to hit exuberant numbers is crazy to me. She didn't just come out the woodworks and drop one fire song, drop a song that went viral, and then next thing you know, got all these streams out of nowhere. Like she literally busted her butt. So I hate when I see the criticism and they're comparing her to people that have been in the industry for decades. How can you fairly compare that? That to me makes no sense. I just don't get how you could logically do that. Compared to somebody who's been seasoned for decades, who dropped a project recently, to somebody who's coming up out of a group solo and dropped a project, and y'all compare the numbers. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Anyways, I still have the project bumping on the Spotify and I still listen to it religiously. Okay. I feel like for a first project putting out, I got the concept that she was going for, and I feel like the tracks that were on there to me were really, really good. I know some people were not feeling it, but hey, music is, perceptive. It all depends on the perception that you took the music and if you liked it or not. So at the end of the day, nobody's gonna like every project that an artist puts out. I loved it, to be honest, and I feel like for if she keeps on going, she's gonna reach heights that people won't expect her to reach. So shout out to her. Okay. Next, I wanted to get into you guys, y'all. This to me was some of the funniest stuff I've heard in a minute. So Jackie, you guys, on this new episode of Basketball Wives, which I'm gonna drop a recap on that soon. She talks about Evelyn in a very interesting way. So apparently, she claims that Evelyn was doing bestiality. So if y'all been watching Basketball Wives, you know that Evelyn has a lot of dogs. She has a lot of pups. And Jackie claims that basically Evelyn has participated in that after being told that Evelyn has done background work on her and saw that she was selling cage. So she claims that Evelyn is heavily into bestiality. Move over the Claremont twins. We got Evelyn Lozada. When I tell you I screamed so hard at this scene because Jackie is so creative with the she comes up with. That to me was so funny. She said, next thing she said, when the doors close and the lights turn off, the dogs get the howling. Oh, that thing made me cry. That was some of the funniest stuff I see. I feel like it's all fair at this point because for you to do literally background research and found, I guess, this little arrest, which if anybody knows, years ago, when it comes to the police force, who knows what she really was doing and what they actually arrested her for. She could have been just out and about, and a racist police officer got her because she was out with a boyfriend. They just wanted to arrest her because she was, y'all know Jackie talks out the mouth, and they arrested her for prostitution. And mind you, she probably wasn't selling cooch, but they made it seem like she was selling cooch. Who knows the actual story of it? So I feel like it's all fair at this point. Okay? Hey, you want to put rumors out there? She could put rumors out there too. Stay tuned for the recap, but I just had to put this on this video because it was just so funny to me. Like, and then mind you guys, Evelyn has like 5-6 dogs, I think at least, and then a big ass lizard. Who the heck needs a lizard this day and age? Who knows? Like, y'all just be spending money on shit. It just don't even make any sense. Okay. Now, Kim Porter, you guys, never before seen memoir, is claiming that Diddy brutally with her chair, learning after a movie producer wanted to work with her. Producer later from pneumonia. They said neighbors. It looks like the content of Kim Porter's never before seen memoir has finally surfaced. If you can recall, Kim has to have been working on a tell-all before she was unalive. There have been many conspiracies surrounding her, and many believe she had been due to what was in the book. Well, a very close source to Kim gave Radar Online access to a flash drive saying they belonged to her. It contained a 40-page document that had some unsurprising claims about Diddy, considering what we learned about him in recent months. One of the chapters detail how jealous Diddy allegedly was when it came to Kim. He allegedly beat her so bad with the chair that she had to be hospitalized. It all started because he was upset that someone had sent her flowers. The document describes Kim as being surprised because she thought that they were from Diddy. He threw the attached card at me. The document states, I picked it up to read it. Sean, he slapped me so hard I hit the ground. Sean, yeah, who the F were you with the other night? I looked down at the card that was lying to me and I read it. The other night was amazing. We must do it again. You don't touch anyone unless I allow it, Diddy allegedly exclaimed. Kim explained that she met with someone to discuss the possibility of her being in a movie. She says Diddy hit her with a chair and then blacked out before waking up in a hospital with her arm in a sling and her face bruised. She says Diddy apologized, told her he never hurt her again, and to tell everyone that she was in an accident. She says Diddy was a kingpin and wasn't cast for any movies because the producer allegedly died of pneumonia. The same thing Kim would later die from. They split in 2007. Kim died in 2018. Anything that happens to Diddy criminally, I feel like he deserves it. Like, I feel like that's one celebrity I just can never have sympathy for in regards to what the judicial system does to them, because you've been a piece of shit. Like, who does something like that? You that jealous over some flowers and a card that you hit her with a chair over a business dealing is insanity. Okay? Anything that happens to this man, he freaking deserves it. I feel like when it comes to the feds, they're taking a little bit of too much time in regarding to prosecuting him. They're taking all this time to review, I guess, whatever footage or information that they've gathered from his home. And I feel like they're dragging their feet just a little bit because this is just sick. Okay. And this whole pneumonia situation is very suspect. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about some of these topics. What do y'all think of JT's pure sales? Do you feel like she's getting a lot of criticism, more than what she deserves versus other people's numbers? Leave your comments down below, and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.